Hi, it's Danieli Parker.
And Cristi Parsons, and we are
The Perfectly Imperfect Principals.
so excited to be with you guys today.
Cristi, it's July.
It is.
And we have leaders that are getting ready to embark on a new adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's an exciting time for you.
But it's also a great time to really reflect and spend time on yourself. And I want to talk a little bit about a lot of things I've been reading and researching and following people that talk about leadership. And one of the things is we have to take care of ourselves. I can't pour into you if I haven't poured into myself first.
Cristi, I think this is really, really hard there's different types of leaders, right? We all talk about different leadership types. We all
Yes.
have different styles. And I'm going to tell you from my leadership style, this is really hard
Mm-hmm. It is hard for you.
because I want to take care of other people.
Mhm.
And if you're a go-getter, if you're somebody that you're not going to stop till the job is done correctly, this is definitely one of our pitfalls that we have.
Mm-hmm. It is. I've done pretty well in my life taking care of myself.
I have not.
Yes. Yin yang. But there is something I've grown into this past year is daily habits. I was not, you know me, I'm not very consistent in a lot of things because I get kind of bored with routines and I don't like someone telling me I have to do something. That bothers me.
Mhm.
So routines are difficult for me. But studies show that people who have some kind of system and routine in their personal life really do take care of themselves. It becomes a habit, just like brushing your teeth. I don't even think about brushing my teeth. It's a habit. I do it every morning. I do it every night. And I just do it without thinking. So this is why I want to challenge our listeners to think about what are some daily habits, and please don't do too many, because I'm going to tell you, I had someone who worked with me on this, Danielle, and there are like 5 habits she wanted me to do every day, like journal, drink water, do 12,000 steps. I was like, after number 5, I was like, I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
So one thing, just one thing. So mine is in the morning, before I even get out of bed, I do a journal prompt. That's it. And it's mostly focused on gratitude. And I've become really consistent. And the studies show 21 days makes a habit.
Absolutely. It's funny you say that because right here with me is my journal and it's just notebook paper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
kind of
just
easy.
It's just
Simple.
notebook paper. And I just go in every day. I don't have a prompt. I don't use a prompt.
Yeah.
I just write, what am I thankful for right now? And what are my worries?
See?
And I just write them
Easy.
down. You're right, Cristi. It doesn't even take me 5 minutes to do it.
That's right.
You don't have to overcomplicate this. You don't have to make this 100-page, essay or thesis about your day. It's just jotting down. No one's judging your handwriting, anything. It's just, you're right, just getting in the habit, doing it. Cristi, I think that sometimes I loved what you said about don't overcommit to multiple things.
Yes.
Just focus on one thing and get well at that. And then you can always add another habit that you want to have. I know some people, they carry around their jug of water. Their goal is to increase their water intake just to take care of themselves healthy. And so that's what they commit to. And they really focus in on being good about drinking their water.
And what I wish I really knew the people who I've learned this from. All you authors out there that started this, I don't know who to quote you, but it's okay. There's something else too, that you want to have a trigger before an antidote before you do the habit.
Okay, so tell me about that.
So a habit gets stronger if you have an antidote before it. So for example, I know when I walk into the restroom in the mornings, the first thing I do is brush my teeth. That's what I do. At night, when I'm washing my face, the last thing I do is brush my teeth. So wash face, brush teeth. Walk in the bathroom in the morning, brush teeth. The journal is when I wake up, I have it beside my bed and I journal. The water, I did start water, and that was before I went to bed, I would guzzle a bottle of water. So you want something, there's an antidote before the habit because then your body gets, oh, this happened, so therefore I do this.
Yes.
So can you think of something like you have something you do naturally?
Mine was my journal. I would walk in the office and the first thing I did was write in my journal. So turn on my lights, go sit at my desk before I even turn on my computer. I would write down in my journal.
There you go.
So that was mine.
Mm-hmm. And so then your mind says, oh, I'm walking in my office, I journal. Yes. And then it just becomes something that's second nature.
Yeah. And then it's just habit.
It's a habit.
My problem is when you change your location, having
Yes.
to retrain your habit. And
Yes.
so my office has now changed. And so I'm having to adjust that antidote. But you're right,
Uh,
like just having that consistency. Cause since I haven't had my office, since I've made a shift in my life, like I'm having to find a new
mhm.
antidote to make sure that I stay on top of it because it is easy to fall out of that
It
habit
sure is.
when you do lose that.
It
And
sure
so I love
is.
the fact that you said that you do it before you even get out of bed.
I get out of bed.
Like, I'm thinking for me, like, something that would be really easy is in the mornings, I get up, I have to take my vitamins first thing in the morning, and so I go and do that first thing, but I actually do it in my bathroom with
That's
my
a
journal.
natural, right? You take your
Yes,
vitamins. How long have you been doing that?
long time.
Same time every day, right?
Yep.
Don't even think about it anymore.
Nope.
But there was a time you had to think about that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So,
See?
just simple things, and so you may be listening to me like, "Okay, this is really crazy," but actually it really is helpful
Yes.
because when you just take a moment to kind of like slow your brain, like if journaling is not your thing,
Yeah.
maybe it's listening to a podcast, maybe it's just something even silence.
Silence.
Just
Yep.
riding in the car in silence could be
Mhm.
something that you're gonna work on just to kinda shut down all that outside noise. But Christy, I think it's so important as leaders because it gives us that time to recalibrate
Yes.
and to just kind of recenter ourselves and just take a deep breath. Because sometimes I think we get so overwhelmed and with so much information that everything starts feeling big.
It
And
does.
then we don't feel like we can focus or we don't know what to focus on because there's so much noise.
And what I love about this, why it was important for me to start this is because sometimes I let mood change what I'm doing for myself. And
Mhm.
so if I was getting down or depressed or stressed, then I didn't have anything in my routine to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And so this helps me now. I just do it like without even thinking. And I'm talking about gratitude and being thankful for the things I have. And I'm starting my day in a grateful tone and mindset. And so everything else kind of catches up with that. So if I have a
Mhm.
moment in my day that's hard or difficult, I go back to that journal for that morning and that prompt for that morning.
Christy, when I was a campus principal, the last couple of years that I was on the campus, one of those years was during COVID. And I'm going to tell you something that I did during that time is I feel like sometimes like we're running all day, it's the end of the day, and then we're like running out the door, right? Because we've
Yes.
got somewhere to be, we've got something to do. And something that I started doing every Friday afternoon before I left
Love
the
it.
office is I would take a moment and reflect back on my week on everything that I did accomplish, everything that I set out to do for the week that needed to be done, and just kind of was like, okay, I got all that. That's finished. I can cross that off. I don't have to worry about that. And then I would look at the next week and be like, okay, what are my goals for next week? What do I have to accomplish? What would I like to accomplish? And I actually would write it down. I created my own planner. um, for me, that's therapeutic. So created my own planner. I created my own with my own boxes, right? And so I would actually map out my next week. And so that way I felt prepared, but I also felt like I could leave it at the schoolhouse. I
Mhm.
didn't have to go into my weekend worried about, well, what's happening on Monday and oh, do I have that meeting on Tuesday? And did I make that happen? And do I have this ready or do I have that ready? I would make sure before I walked out the door every Friday. That was a habit. And no matter what, I would make sure that I stayed there for that 10, 15 minutes and just make sure that I reflected on my week and also planned for the following week because that gave me such like a sense of peace
I
and it
was
gave me permission to be present at home
Mhm.
with my family. And I needed that. That was something I had to learn because before I did that, it would weigh on me on the weekend and I couldn't allow myself to be emotionally present for my family because of the pressure I was putting on myself. So that was something I had to learn, and that was so helpful for me.
listening to you. I hope you heard what I heard because listening to Danielle just then, I felt a peace. Like I thought, oh, I felt like, what a nice way to breathe on a
Mhm.
Friday, right? And then you come back, you're not only taking care of yourself, but you're taking care of your staff too,
Right.
because you're not coming in hurried on a Monday. You're not coming in like, what do I need to communicate? You had that planned out. So not only was that healthy for Daniele, that was healthy for her family and it was healthy for her staff. So everyone benefited from your habit.
Yes, yes. And Christy, sometimes it was scheduling an email like, I do need to tell the staff.
Mm,
Do I need to tell them right now on a Friday afternoon? No.
no,
So what I would do is
no.
create the email and I would schedule it to go out on Monday
Yes.
morning. But I didn't have to worry about it all weekend and go, don't, oh, I can't forget. I can't forget to send that email. Like I used that scheduling button on my email and scheduled it out. And so, Christy, I think getting in our habits, and then modeling that for others that we're
Others.
leading
Mhm.
will help them establish habits too.
And she's got me thinking about another episode that we'll do about that communication and that consistency in communication also. So, what we want you to do, listeners, is think about one thing. You have July, so you have 21 days. It takes 21 days consistently. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day
It
and
happens.
don't start all over. Just let's just plan for 21 days. What can you add into your schedule that's going to help? That's small, doesn't take a long time, but is a healthy habit for you. And we want you to comment. Let us
Yeah.
know. Let us know. We'd
We
love
would
to see.
love to hear what your habits
Yes.
are that help you start off your day or help you get through your week in a
Mhm.
healthy way.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for joining us today. Remember, we want you to celebrate your wins and embrace your imperfections. Have a great night.
Until next time.